if you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Or you can grow a conscience in the next 5 minutes and see where that takes you.
Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
There can be only one magical Negro.
Que llama, que buena baila usted a la vuelta, papi, otra vez llegó el negro de...
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
From the heart.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live.
Life could be worse.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Vai, quebra, tem mais, vai. Menina, chega aí. Vai, olha, danado. Eita!
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah. Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm LaReina Creole, of course, bringing you the spice, shade, and salt. And it comes to pop culture and sci-fi analysis. And of course, this is the Spice Lounge, where myself and my fellow pop culture aficionados, we give you the straight dope, the unfiltered hot takes, the spicy conversation with as much nonsense that's happening in the pop culture sphere that we can fit into a 90 to 120 minute show. So we're so glad all of you are here. We've got a lot to talk about, but the two main things we're going to be talking about, and please excuse Professor X. Crazy. Anyway, we are going to be talking about, let's see, the rumor that Voldemort in the new HBO Harry Potter show might be a woman. At least that's what the word on the street says. Also, did you know that supposedly cozy games are now colonialist, whatever? You are perpetuating colonialism if you play cozy games. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I wonder if the Chinese developer that makes Infinity Nikki, one of the games I play, I wonder if they know that, but hey, we're going to find that out. And of course, the whole absolute okey doke. Don't fall the banana for the banana in the tailpipe when it comes to Jimmy Kimmel, his suspension from his show, his reinstatement to his show, and what it seems every B, C, D, E, F, G, H list actor is jumping on this train to yet again try to tell you and to tell myself and everybody in flyover country that they do not give a crap about that supposedly their free speech was infringed on. Free speech. Because trust me, what they think is free speech is not really free speech. And I guess free speech is only truly free when we rubes just shut up and do whatever it is that they want us to do. But anyway, we're going to go talk about that. And before we talk about that, I'm going to bring in my amazing, amazing panelists. I see 70 of you guys starting to come in between YouTube and X. So please do heart the stream over on X and retweet it. Please do give a thumbs up on YouTube over on my channel. And I see you guys over there on Tom's channel. So speaking of everybody, we've got Erica from Hanging with Erica and Rob. And of course, we have Tom. How are you doing, guys?
Hello.
Hello. My name is Jose Jalapeno on a stick.
On a stick? On a stick?
On a stick. I haven't seen that, and so I got to watch that again.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Walter. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and Ahmed, the undead terrorist. Okay.
Oh yeah, that guy was funny. I kill you.
He kills me. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, you have to go and see it. And you have to do Jeff Dunham. That's just freaking funny. At least the stuff that's funny, that's really funny. This is gonna sound awful, but it's true. His routine was funnier when he was going through a divorce.
Oh man, yeah.
Because you have to find a place to put that pain and everything. And that's actually when it was, just funny because he was just, not that he's bad now, but it's just interesting to see with different phases what people go through and how the routine changes. But let's see who we have in the chat real quick. Let's see. We've got Snortopubis Cuber, who is one of our wrenches, the polar bear from Pinellas County. So good to see you, my dear. Hello, humans and other critters. We, of course, have Tom in the chat as well. We've got Linda, his other half, in the chat as well. How you doing, my dear? We have Thanatos Felicitas, who says, hello, everyone. Hello. Glad you're here. We've also got Go and Shogi, another one of my mods, part of the mod squad here on my channel. Says, afternoon to all. Dylan Soup is in the chat as well. Says, hey, LaReina, sup, chat and panel. We've got Chef Nation, one of our amazing members. I'm going to say OG members because dang, I think she was part of that group where as soon as I started the channel and got monetized and got membership, she was one of the ones that right there to call you guys the OG club. And BR Geist is here who says, good evening all. Let the spice flow freely. And yes, I've got quite a bit of spice that's going to run tonight. And Keely Chow is here. Wool Tide, good seeing you. We've got Nita in the chat as well, who says, hey, all. If God blesses me and this channel blows up to like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, I'm going to miss the days when I can go through and individually say hi to folks, because with that many people, the chat's just going to go so fast. I won't be able to catch it. So Brian Acosta is here. Hello, everyone. I see you. And yes, catch up on the spice, hit the like, and ring the subscribe bell. Yes, indeed. And let's say, of course, Erica is here. And Dylan says, Kimmel was suspended for a long weekend. I knew classmates who were suspended longer than that for offenses.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this quote unquote suspension because there's plans within plans. Those of you who've seen the Dune movie know where I'm getting that reference from with what's going on. Hollywood thinks that we have short memories. And when I say we, those of us who aren't part of the absolutely loony bat blank crazy left, okay? And I can say that because I know plenty of like old school Democrats who are just like, I don't know what the flip is going on with the party. So we're going to talk. We are going to talk. Speaking of games, are you doing a PlayStation State of Play tomorrow? Yeah, most likely I am. I just haven't got to throw up like my hackneyed thumbnail. So check out my gaming channel, Gaming with the Queen. I have to put that link up because I did want to check out the State of Play for real. See what's going on with that. Thanks for the reminder, Chef Nation. I need y'all. Hey, Ron says, howdy, friends. I'm in bed, but supporting the chat. Well, I appreciate that, my dear. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yes, 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern is the State of Play. Hey, that service dog. Good to see you. Good to see you. I always have a heart for service dogs just because when Camera Girl was little and we lived out in LA, the mall that we would go to, they had people who were training service dogs, but they were puppies. So they were training them to be out and around people. And every time we go, one of the handlers would say, hey, is it okay if, our puppies play with, your daughter? We want to get them used to being around kids. And I was like, yeah, sure. So cute. They were all little beagles too. They were the absolute cutest things. So I love service dogs. Service dogs are flipping cool. Dunham was hilarious. I actually saw him live in Vegas way back when. Yes, he is so funny. Oh my God. Death Angel Shadow, hello. I see you. Looks like I can't tell if you're on. I can't
He's
tell
on mine.
if you're on Erica's channel. Okay, Tom's channel.
Yeah.
Good seeing ya. Good seeing ya. Yes, the slice must flow. You guys multi-streaming. I didn't see at Keely Chat. Yes, we do multi-stream. I do with pretty much all of my streams. I multi-stream with my folks here on the panel because rising tide lifts all boats. And back in the day when I was just starting out, as a streamer, some people really helped me. So it's a way for me to pay it forward and pay it upward. And I am happy to do it. Going Shogi says I was suspended for 2 whole weeks, 3 days is amateur hour.
Wow.
I know, right? I know some people, they got some crazy suspensions. I got suspended from Twitter for, I think, 48 hours or something like that. It wasn't, trust me, it was tame what I said, but
Why do I have a hard time believing that?
Butt hurt. Well, let's put it this way, they took it the wrong way. I think I said something to the effect of, you want to do what everybody else does? If your friend jumped in front of a train, would you do it too? I got flagged as harmful speech. This was back in the dark times before Elon bought Twitter, and Twitter was basically a cesspool of cancellation, which is why I get so pissed off when I see some of these actors now talking about free speech and, supposed government.
Oh, now you're
when y'all didn't have a problem with it during COVID. You didn't have a problem with that. Anti-vaxxers calling us this, that, and the other thing. Don't get me started. I haven't forgotten. A lot of people haven't forgotten. I lost
Yeah,
my.
I had friends lose their Facebook accounts over stupid things. One friend actually posted a thing from the CDC website, and Facebook shut down his account.
Yeah. Yeah, we remember all that nonsense.
Oh,
Yeah, he had to start a whole new account just to
We
have
do.
for friends and family to keep in touch with.
Hey,
Ridiculous.
I got banned off of MySpace. Okay.
Oh man.
What?
Wow.
MySpace. Oh
Yep.
man, I
God
remember those
dang.
days.
Whew. That's way back.
You could bling out your profile. And
Oh,
put
I
your
got
music
banned
on.
because yeah, some of the stuff I blinged out and I did a mouse rollover that changed effects that they didn't really like.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The last thing I remember about MySpace was who's Tom and why is everybody friends with him?
Oh, yeah, that's one of the that's the things I did. I had a no Tom with that picture. I'm not that Tom with. He might have been hit with a phallic symbol.
Oh, okay. Hey CJ. I lost my freedom of speech on Twitter for close to 2 years for saying Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. But hey, I feel sorry for all of Kimmel's woes. Not. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I think I got censored for apparently trying to remember what the heck it is I got censored for. I think I got censored for calling somebody a retard. It fit. It was perfect.
I can see you.
I believe I said never go full retard, and you just did something like that. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that. Let's see who else we got in here. Yes, we are so going to talk about it because there was such, oh my gosh, such a psyop that went on, and I'll talk about exactly what that's really about because it's really not what you think it's going to be about. But either way, we got 111 of you people here. So glad to have you here. Let's start off with the craziness. Of course, I got to hook you guys up with Devin Clark Comedy over on Instagram. I love the blurtiness. You're going to like it too. Check it out.
This is the plaintiff, Storm from X-Men. She should be in school teaching them badass mutant kids at Xavier Academy, but instead she's here because when she took her silver LeBaron to an auto repair shop for brake work, the mechanics made her brakes worse and caused other damages. She is suing for $45,000. God damn. This is the defendant, Montgomery here, the owner of Breaknasium Auto Repair Shop, and I would never take my car to a place called Breaknasium. That name is ridiculous. This guy isn't serious about brakes. Anyway, he said he fixed her brakes and definitely didn't cause any other damages. He is countersuing because he says Storm has been making it rain just on his house for the past 3 weeks.
I love Devin Clark Comedy.
Oh man.
He is just hilarious. He is the best. He's over there on Instagram. Please do go over and give him a follow. If you're over on IG, never fails to make me laugh in my feed. Just too darn much. Thank you, 91 LSXRS. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, I started with a Marvel parody because we have a bit of Marvel news that dropped today, courtesy of The Wrap. Spider-Man: A Brand New Day cast Marvin Jones III as villain Tombstone. The film will resume production on Monday following star Tom Holland's on-set concussion. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but yeah,
No.
Tom Holland had a little bit of an accident.
Did he break a web and fall?
Oh gosh.
No.
I had to. Sorry.
Although who knows? It might have been a stunt that didn't quite go off the way that it should go off. It's been known to happen, and they just took him to the hospital preemptively. But glad he's doing better. But this casting. I don't know. Have either of you ever seen a CW show called Black Lightning?
Yes, I
No.
was wondering where I knew this guy from, and yeah, okay.
Yes, Black Lightning. Which when I went to, I forget which Comic-Con I went to, they had all the cast there from Black Lightning, including the writers. And one of the things that impressed me about Black Lightning, yes, the show had its cheesy moments, but it was an authentic show. You had original Black characters, and the writers on that show, they said, we wanted to tell stories that focused on our experiences that we had and share that with our audience. So that's one of the things that I liked about it. But Black Lightning was criminally underwatched. There was some weirdness in it at the same time, but I gave it a pass because for the most part, it was a good show. You have positive Black role models, especially Black men, on that show, and it was really amazing. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see. Somebody said, Go and Shogi said that's actually pretty solid Tombstone casting. Yeah, let's go on down here a little bit. Marvin Jones III has been tapped to play crime boss Tombstone in Spider-Man Brand New Day, the rap has learned. Let's see. So apparently Tombstone was in Web of Spider-Man number 36. I didn't read that one, but best known as a recurring Spidey villain, Tombstone is a massive African-American albino crime boss and enforcer with filled teeth and near indestructible skin. If you have ever seen Marvin Jones III as the villain in Black Lightning, this is some dead on casting. I mean, he's so good. SR Kane, hello, says I watched all the Black Lightning. Let's hope they don't give Jones that bad whale dialogue. I hope not. This is a multi-million dollar movie. Like I said, Black Lightning was, CW, but actually pretty good for the CW. But Marvin as the villain in that, I'm forgetting the villain's name. Let's see. I'm forgetting which one it was. Was it Magnus? I'm trying to remember what the villain's name was, but yeah, he was good in Black Lightning. Again, I've been hearing lots of really good things. Solid casting, dead on casting. He's got the acting chops, so let's hope they actually write some good stuff for him. Thank you, Tobias Whale. Thank you. I knew him from the first name, Tobias. Yeah. Yeah, go and check him out. He needs a little more beef on his bones, but he fits the look. Yeah, they'll put him in they'll get him a trainer and put him on a lot of protein shakes, get him going. But yeah, I don't doubt that. Let's see. Tom, did you ever read any of the Marvel comics that had the villain Tombstone? Because I have never heard of the villain Tombstone before.
Vaguely. I'm trying to remember it. I remember the name. I'm just trying to picture it. It's been a long time, though.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, it's like I read Spider-Man, but I didn't go off on the special editions of Spider-Man. Amanda says, oh, you mean mostly good team for Black Lightning, the kind they like to chase from projects. Yes. I think the husband and wife writing team, they are Muslim. And Comrades talked about it on the show several times where they run into stuff that they ran into with pushback. And they're just like, no, we want to portray positive positive male role models on this show. They got pushback for that. So, yeah. Death Angel Shadow. I all but stopped watching CW. Only show I kept up with was Supernatural. That always started off good and went off the deep end. With the CW, I only watched a couple episodes of Black Lightning. Unfortunately, watched Batwoman. Yeah, I did. I watched Batwoman. Actually, season 1 of Batwoman was actually kind of cheesy funny, and then season 2 was just, dang, it was racist. But I didn't go back until the new Superman and Lois show, which I thought was gonna go off the deep end, the wheels come off the bus, but it was actually really good. I was surprised how good it was. Tombstone mob boss type villain versus Spider-Man. Oh, okay, like Kingpin, right? Okay, pale white skin, looks like a dead body. Okay. Let's see. Is Spider-Man Bad New Day? Oh, yeah, I heard. Let's see. Buffy, Angel, and Charm. That's a CW. Okay. All right. Back when the CW knew its lane and stuck in it, and it was actually pretty okay. Because I watched Buffy. I didn't really watch Charm that much. I watched some of Angel, but mainly it was Buffy. Rats to Disney for being able to still cast a black man in the role of the whitest man in Marvel, like literally white sheet of paper. Yeah, he's supposed to be albino, which albinoism is that is definitely a real thing. Oh, he was in a Spider-Man cartoon? Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. I watched the Spider-Man cartoon. I can't believe I don't remember that. But anyway, looks like a solid casting. I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie. We shall see how things go. I will keep you all posted. All right, next hot topic coming from Deadline. Weapons Helmer Zach Krieger confirms Aunt Gladys prequel movie. There's a story, and I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't had a chance to watch Weapons. Have either of you seen the movie Weapons yet?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see it. I'm waiting for it to come out on streaming. If anything, I'm intrigued.
What do you mean it's not out on streaming yet?
Oh, it's not. It's not. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nudge. The poster just intrigues me because you have all the kids doing the Naruto run and everything.
It's bizarre. It was good, but it was bizarre, and there's some plot holes that just didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But let me know what you think.
Okay. Yeah, plan on seeing it soon. What I don't like is the whole prequel talk. Let the movie sit out there and marinate before you start talking about prequels and all of that stuff, because dude still has to deliver on the Resident Evil reboot that he's doing. This is the guy who's doing it. So I'm just like, why talk about a prequel? Well, more than likely he's trying to line up his next job after Resident Evil, but it's like, just let the film sit out there. Stop talking about prequels. Stop talking about sequels. It really, honestly, it takes the wind out of the sails for Weapons to hear this, in a way, when I think about it. It's just like, just let this, get rid of the sequel and the prequel talk. Just let it sit out there and see how it's going to do. I'm curious as to how it's going to do on streaming. It did pretty good in the theaters. It made money because it literally cost peanuts to make. It's a Blumhouse film, so they purposely restrict the budget, and they cast a lot of unknowns or rarely knowns in their films to keep the cost down. So Movie costs $20 million and makes $100 million in its theater run. Boom. Already made it back. Let's see.
Hey, I'd
LaReina.
star in one of those things as a zombie killing people. I'd be good with that.
I'd love doing that. That's like being the dead body in CSI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't twitch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dan said, LaReina, I'd rather ride Spider-Man at Iowa than watch this movie. Oh, the Spider-Man movie or Weapons? I'm guessing it's Weapons, but you let me know. Hurry, welcome to Dairy. Put out the trailer. I need October. Hurry up. I think that dropped today. I didn't watch it because I don't really like it. I read the book and I really just want to lock Stephen King up for what he did at the end of the book. But anyway, I think that's out there. Okay, so that's news about Weapons. I won't give Stephen King one more dime. Same. Although I love Maximum Overdrive. Although I'll probably like it because Stephen King wrote that when he was high on cocaine, and it's probably one of the funniest horror movies.
It was great. I remember my mom and me back in Jersey. We seen that, and somebody put a big clown, like a jester face on the front of a semi and drove down Route 80. I thought my mother was going to have a heart attack. I was laughing my ass off.
I love that. I can't wait till we do a watch party for that darn movie. I love Maximum Overdrive. Well, something else to bring up, and we talked about the Demon Slayer movie, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, because there's 2 Demon Slayer movies that have come out. One is Mugen Train, and then this one, which is Infinity Castle. So here's my tweet. And this scene is where your tough girl started crying in the theater. And yes, I did. And I'm not spoiling anything, but if you know who this guy is, and when they got to this part of the movie, I was like heartbroken. It was so, oh my gosh, it was so sad. But the fact that people will have an emotional connection to these characters which is why the Demon Slayer movie is doing so freaking good, because box office, Demon Slayer tops him, which was not that hard to do. For number 1, passes 550 million globally. This film is officially the highest grossing anime movie. I mean, this is absolutely, well, it had 70 million last week. It's got about a 70% drop, week-to-week drop, but not too surprised, because with these movies, everybody who's going to see it, you're pretty much seeing it within that first week. And it's not because something's wrong with it, but it's just, everybody's going to see it and everybody's, talking about it. But to check out the numbers really quick, total US gross 104 million, but I want to say 105 million. And him, which Jordan Peele, that movie looked freaking awful. It didn't really do so well over the week. Conjuring is still making money, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Erica.
Oh no, Conjuring. No.
Yeah. I still got to see that. I still got to see that.
Nope.
I still got to see Conjuring: The Last Rites. I wasn't too thrilled about them continuing to make Conjuring movies. Like they're continuing the Insidious franchise. And I'm kind of like, y'all need to let that sit for a couple of years.
Well, that's the problem. They just get something that's sort of good, and they freaking just shove so much of it down your throats. It's annoying.
It's like Saw. Like I want to say the first 5 to 6, I want to say Saw movies were actually really good. And then it just delved into that complete gore category, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not interested in anymore. And Saw was one of those movies where, again, everything is hidden in plain sight. And then when they go through exactly why those certain people were there, you're just like, dang, now it all makes sense. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Speaking, is it passing Sinners? That's a good question. I would have to look that up. Probably not the second week, because with Sinners, I think it was out for about 2 weeks, and then word got out, and then people started going to see it. It had the lowest week-to-week drop, I think, of any film. Oh, and by the way, Sinners is coming back out in IMAX for Halloween, actually. So,
oh wow,
yeah, probably gonna check it out. I know I'm gonna check it out. I would pay to see that in IMAX. So, speaking of Demon Slayer, did you guys see the fight that happened in the theater? It was epic. Yes, Dan, we played it on the show last week. Dude got knocked the bleep out. He was not moving. They had to stop the movie, and the fight happened during a fight in the movie. Couldn't have timed that any better. Or maybe not. I don't know. Hey Sam, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm sorry, but I would have knocked the guy out too.
I would have too. Drunk. Yeah, exactly. Going Shogi. That's what happened. And a dad started wailing that dude. Thought he peed on his kid. I do not blame him. And I don't think I think the dad didn't even get ID'd. People were probably like, you know what? He had every right to do that. I didn't see anything. Not saying it's right. You should keep your hands to yourself. However,
no, that it's sprayed on the kid. That's assault.
Yes. See that? Yeah, that's different. That's different. You try not to put your hands on folks, but sometimes I'm not saying I agree, but I completely understand. Totally understand. Let's see. I worked at Universal twice, once in 2004, and then several years later on Universal IT Field Services. Oh, cool.
Nice.
I was there when they were building the train. Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
I love the Harry Potter train. Ah, man, I love it.
I saw like a documentary on how they built it. It's really fascinating.
It is one of the most popular. It's so popular because it keeps the immersion when you're going between Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. It's
Which
just
way do you like to go in first? Do you like to go in through Diagon, or do you like to go through Hogsmeade?
I actually like. That's a very good question. You know, I want to say I like going from Hogsmeade because when you're up on the platform, you see the train coming in as opposed to the train backing in when you're at King's Cross. King's Cross
That
Station.
makes sense.
It's just it's both. It's like I like both of them, but if I had to nitpick on what's differing, I would say that one. But I think it's only because Hogsmeade was built first, and then they built Diagon Alley. And I guess instead of putting it in a circular circle, they just had it going, back and forth. But they have screens that have different. There's different film that's shown depending on which way you're going, and it makes total sense. You get on the train.
My nephews loved it.
Oh, it is just like being in the movie set. Everything is like it. It is amazing. King's Cross Station looks just like King's Cross Station in London, and I've been in King's Cross Station. So the only thing that's no, that's the underground. Yeah, it looks just like King's Cross Station. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. I opened the first Potter. That was a crazy day, nay week. Whew, I'll bet.
I remember them televising it, watching it on TV, the grand opening, and about a month later we went, and the boys were so little at that point. Went and got them wands. Now they're all broken and stuff.
Yeah, those are way before the first gen interactive things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was like, hey, I got my wand, I got my butterbeer, I got my house scarf, I got my house gloves, and it was just crazy. You couldn't move in Hogsmeade.
And that is the last time I have been to Universal. Yep.
Man.
So you only get to see the one land?
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Because every time we have gone into town, it's always been Disney because we've been able to get in for free.
Mm-hmm.
And with the intent to go to Universal, but only to get financially liquidated every time we go home to visit. So we've had to pick our poisons. Yeah.
I've been to King's Cross numerous times, but I've never read, seen Harry Potter. Oh, I would highly suggest reading the books. The movies are pretty much good, but once you get to Goblet of Fire, it is very obvious that there's stuff that's missing because of the sheer volume of the books. Because with each book, J.K. Rowling gets better and better and better, and the writing gets more intricate, and there's more story that's going on. So that's what I would say.
I'm gonna do the audiobooks. It
I
took
would
me
do that.
3 months. It took me 3 months to get through the first book because of the British English, and I was just tripping over the words because their sentence framing is so different than American English. And I'm sitting there like, so I'm reading. It sucked.
Well, I would definitely say, definitely get the audiobook. I love them. I absolutely love the audiobooks. Get them now before they start doing the re-recording. I'm not too. They're doing it with like an ensemble cast instead of just one person
reading.
doing the voice. Frankly, I like it that way. But who knows? Who knows? It could change. It could change. Well, speaking of Harry Potter, since we started talking about it, you want to file this under take with a very, very small grain of salt, because most notably, there's a troll out there saying, guess what? Let's piss off the Potterheads and drop this bit of
They were talking about this
morsel
on Pro. And I keep thinking, instead of that lady, Cynthia Erivo.
That's what other people were saying. Put her in it.
I think people are saying that just to be extra trolls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because you've already got Snape is black now. Of course, they already did that. Of course, somebody's going to come out there and say, guess what? We heard they're auditioning men and women. It has not been confirmed. It's just, so-and-so's cousin passed out at 31 Flavors last night. Before he did, this is what he told me. And that's pretty much what you've got.
Wait,
here.
Somebody got drunk on ice cream? I want to do that.
Was it Marvin was he the one tonight that said, about, oh gosh, that one professor and Voldemort took over his body and he had.
Yes, I was dying. Marvin was saying it.
So hard. He was saying it should be Cynthia Erivo coming out the back of that professor. Gosh, what is his name?
Like Professor Quirrell.
Yeah.
Professor Quirrell should be Cynthia Erivo, and she could be saying I guess racist things because she's black.
No,
it's the way Marvin put it. You had to go back and watch it in the pro show.
I want Karen more. I want her to go full freaking British bent Karen. That's exactly how I want her to go. And those of you who know British slang know exactly what I just said. I know it's repeated. See, I just saw Mama Lou go here.
Hey, Mom.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So, Scooper Daniel Richmond, aka Daniel RPK. I always have an issue with Daniel because he'll drop stuff. I heard this could possibly happen. He is definitely not right a lot of the time, but I'll put him up there in the category of crap stars. I say I heard something and it seems to be the hottest darn takes and it'll take off. So supposedly, according to him, we can't verify that. It's trust me, bro. That's the source. Trust me, bro. And said that auditions for Lord Voldemort are open to men and women, meaning the Dark Lord could potentially be portrayed by a female actor. Of course, nothing has been finalized. This, of course, is a rumor.
What if it
And
was that transgen actor that was on? Oh my God, she
which one?
played on the Umbrella Academy and then turned to a guy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
I can't remember that.
I didn't watch the Umbrella
I
Academy.
can't remember the actor's name.
I don't know. I mean, this is a rumor, and it's like if they did this, they don't need any more bad press with
Amanda
the
said it in
show.
chat.
Hmm?
Ellen Page, now Elliot.
Oh, now yeah. Not Elliot Page. Oh yeah. Okay, thank you. That's why we have you guys in chat. Yeah. I think. Well, first of all, I think it's just. Oh my gosh. I think it's somebody trolling. Because one of the fundamental parts of the Harry Potter books with Voldemort being a man is having Harry look at just what Voldemort has done with his life, what Tom Riddle did with his life, and the choices that Harry makes so he's not like Voldemort. So you mean to tell me you're going to take, granted, we love to hate him, although we hate Dolores Umbridge a heck of a lot more than Voldemort. You know, he is the consummate male villain, unrepentant villain. Dude went down swinging. Okay, he did
Here's
not
the
give
proper
a
first name to
damn.
do it. Tom.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like you can't change your DNA. It's just I think this is trolling. If you wind up casting a woman as Voldemort, y'all are going to give me so much freaking content.
Dude, the whole show would be dead on arrival in the climate that we're in right now.
Yes.
With everything, they are really trolling, or maybe they are serious and okay, go FAFO. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because
they don't even have to FAFO. They're going to do that. It's just going to be instant backlash, the likes they never seen, and you're talking both lands would be barren.
Mm. Yeah, it's already got enough bad press that's going on with it. You make Voldemort a woman, that's it.
Yeah, it's dope. It's done.
That's it.
It's over.
It's over. You know, it's one thing to mess with one of the other characters, okay, but to mess with the big bad because your movie, your film, your book is only as good as the strength of the villain. The villain always has to seem invincible, because if they weren't invincible, you know, you don't have the hero's journey, which is what's going on. So, yeah, like I said,
I mean,
Daniel
what's your
RPK
heart's going to be? It's going to be like a Fendi purse or something. Come on.
I have no idea. Yeah,
Don't break my heel. It's a
be
Horcrux.
be a Birkin bag. Should be wearing a pair of boobies.
Pair of Doc Martens. I don't know.
But yeah, it's then again, remember, this is Daniel RPK who keeps stuff behind us, you know, on Patreon or whatever, saying, again, trust me, bro. Supposedly, I heard that they're auditioning women. Sam Wolf says, does anyone know if they're having to use only British actors like the original casting of the movies? I believe so. I've only seen British actors cast for this, and they're filming in the UK. Which wait. No, I take that back. John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore. And the only reason I'll let that slide is because if you've seen his performance as Winston Churchill in The Queen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He did a really good job.
And the fact that I didn't remember that until just now shows
that was a good show. I enjoyed The Queen, or The Crown. Sorry.
Oh gosh, yes, The Crown.
I think I should have played Dumbledore.
You think so? Do the little say what you want about Dumbledore. The man's got style.
Mm-hmm.
Bonzo says a woman can be an unrepentant villain, no offense, but I think people are taking fairy tales way too seriously. No one says that they can't. And they certainly can. Case in point, Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, Nova, that chick was straight up crazy and evil. She didn't change at all. And I love that. Putting her hands in people's brains and whatnot, So I don't think it's that people are taking the fairy tales way too seriously. I think people expect a certain level of canon. When you say this is who this person looks like in the books, when you cast certain people for the film that's out there and that's what people are seeing, people are going to take issue with it. It's like the same thing like what happened with Star Wars. They go mucking around, with the lore. Basically, the Force is now a participation trophy. They fly now. You got space witches.
Yeah.
When you think about it, if they would have said, hey, we're not basing this on the books, we're redoing it, that would have gave them more leeway. But they did say they were going to base this more in depth on the books to give more in depth story. So they put their own foot in it.
Which is what a lot of people wanted, especially myself personally, because I could see with each movie they were missing more and more and more from the books. So if you said
the book got bigger and bigger and bigger,
I know. Oh my gosh, you were like
the
crazy.
7th book is like this thick. I'm like, I'm not reading all that. I don't care how good it is. I don't have that kind of time.
It was absolutely insane how big the books got. But even with the audiobooks that I listened to, you can tell because JK, from where she started to where she ended, her like writing craft just like grew exponentially. But that's what it is. There's these little things that you don't see because they have 2 hours to do a movie if you do it right. 2 hours. But a mini series for every book, you would pick up all the little nuances that are in the book.
Yeah. Figure 1 hour episode, 10 episodes that are each 1 hour. That's 10 hours. You can cover book 1 in great detail.
Yeah.
Over 10 hours.
Because that's the joy of reading the books, just all the detail that they go into. It's just amazing. It's not to compare J.K. Rowling to Tolkien, but I will with the style that Tolkien has with his writing, and he goes into so much detail. And George R.R. Martin does the same thing when he's writing. He's never finishing Winds of Winter. Forget that. Just with the time that Tolkien takes with the dialogue and painting the scenes and what's going on, and you just get so sucked in that I would love to see a miniseries do that. Show you that level of detail. Although there's some things in a book that you can't do in a movie and vice versa, but still, you would have the time to do that. It's like with House of the Dragon, instead of just Fire and Blood as just being a movie, it's a series, so they can take their time going through the book.
Well,
Although they did some stuff that they didn't do in the book, I heard.
Well, the books, I heard from friends that the other characters have more expansive storylines, but if you didn't read the books, you wouldn't know that. So that professor that's a werewolf,
Professor Lupin,
and
yeah,
and the girl that changes her face,
Tonks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so apparently they're an item, and there's a whole storyline of those two in the books, but you didn't get any of their storyline, like their relationship, their struggles. Yeah, it was very multi-layered storytelling in the books, and you didn't get that in the movies.
Yeah, even Percy's fiance, who is from Beaubaton. The girl whose sister almost died. Harry actually went back. Remember, the challenge was that you could only get rescue one of the classmates that was underwater.
Yeah. And he rescued the other girl.
He went back and got the sister. Yeah. So the older sister, she and Percy got married, but there was this whole conflict between her and oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting the Weasley matriarch's name, but the classic potential mother-in-law clash that was going on. It was very detailed, and the whole thing was, well, she's French, ew. But which is interesting because J.K. Rowling has French ancestry, so it's kind of funny. Hey, Dad, man. Thank you, Molly. Yes, she did not like Percy's fiance.
Okay.
She did not like her, but eventually there came to a point where she accepted that, that this I'm forgetting her name, that she loved her son. And that finally clicked, but that's a big, arc that you did not see that in the movies. In the movies, you just said, oh, wedding. Oh, okay. Wait, they're burning the borough down. I mean, you could tell that they totally missed that. Thank you. Hey, Phoenix Knight. Good to see you. Good to see you. Percy sucks. Yes, he does. I was so pissed at Percy for the longest time. Still was. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, it's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. If Voldemort winds up being a woman,
hell,
they better keep her white, and she better be even worse than Dolores Umbridge. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So she's gonna be like a white Karen that's pissed off she didn't get a Taco Bell order correctly.
Yep.
You never know. Yep. She could be Umbridge's partner.
True.
No boy.
Okay, let's not give them any.
Erica, keep that to yourself.
Sometimes I'm just saying they really wanted to ruin it. I just there you go.
Sometimes I forget just what kinds of people are watching my show. They do watch what we say. They do self-watching. Hey, how you doing? Make sure you hit that like button. All right. Well, going on to, oh my gosh, gaming nonsense. So for folks who know, and first of all, I want to thank Tom for blessing me with Resident Evil on PS4 and
PC
ROM. Yeah. So I have an external CD-ROM drive put to that. I got it for burning DVDs on.
It's a DVD, right?
Yeah, so I got a digital copy. So yeah, I haven't decided which one to try yet, but I'm gonna play them. So I'm getting back into gaming after, I didn't really have time to game when raising kids because I'm busy. I just bought the games. I didn't get to play. I got to play a little bit in case they got stuck, but then that was it. And was just it. I didn't really get to, to play any games. One time I was playing Mortal Kombat when Camera Girl was 2, and I think it scarred her for life, so I kind of stopped playing and let her play her games. But getting back into gaming, I got, my shooter games that I like, but I like the cozy games because I can just drop in, do stuff, zone out, and then come back. But apparently, cozy games promote colonialism.
Is that an elf?
Yes, that's supposed to be a hobbit from
That's
one
cute.
of yeah, that's really cute. So it's actually
That's
Tales
adorable.
Tales of the Shire, or it's a Hobbit RPG, which looked really cute.
So you get a fantasy creature who, I mean, looks like she's gardening. All of a sudden, that's equated to colonialism. Like what?
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
What is gardening is all of a sudden offensive now?
Well,
I thought they were all about the
Sweet
environment,
Baby,
saving the trees.
since it's Sweet Baby, this doesn't surprise me.
Poor Camel is Umbridge. I would be down with that.
No, God no. Unless he's going to wear all the pink, and then it'd be worth it to make fun of those memes.
Oh gosh.
But you are so right, Sam. Because she, Imelda Staunton, that's her name. She was also Queen Elizabeth in The Crown. I couldn't believe that was Dolores Umbridge. She's completely different. That just shows you just the power of her acting, from like a character that you love to hate to a character that you just love. And
she's a good actress. Really, I loved her in The Crown, and man, she really ticked me off in Harry Potter.
Ooh, like yes, I wanted her.
Man,
I wanted her to cry.
Do you think it's a possibility they could ask her to revive the role for the series? Or reprise her role.
Reprise the role. It's possible.
I don't know if they could afford her.
Yeah, that's a possibility too.
It's possible, but
unless she's willing to come down in her price,
or she may owe somebody a favor, or she might just say, "Hey, if you're going to have somebody do Dolores Umbridge, you might as well get the Dolores Umbridge." I would love to see her. I really would.
It would be cool.
Remember that is, yeah, that would be cool. But yes, that is a Hobbit from Tales of the Shire. That is an RPG game which Sweet Baby Inc. has had a hand in. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that because I have interesting take on this. As you guys know, I used to be a software developer, worked in IT. I also take issue to this term colonialism because your girl descends from a lot of colonizers. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, so yes, one of the biggest colonizers on the planet was the Spanish Empire. Okay.
Yep.
And the Portuguese too, but mainly the Spanish. Because for over 100 years, they had like 100-year jump on Great Britain, which is why Queen Elizabeth had to commission some privateers like Sir Francis Drake to jack Spanish ships for all their loot, and especially their silver that they were supposed to bring the Chinese, because the Ming Emperor made a decree that instead of paying taxes in like wheat and rice and stuff like that, said no, you're going to pay it in silver. They couldn't get enough silver from Japan for how much they wanted, but guess who had a whole lot of freaking silver that they mined in South America? The Spanish. So, just putting that out there. Anyway, from our friends over at That Park Place, written by Marvin Montanaro, says at the 2025 Game Devs of Color Expo, Sweet Baby Inc. team member Tristan J. Tarwater gave a talk called Decolonizing Cozy Games. What unfolded was a startling presentation where even farming, families, and the Four Seasons themselves were framed as symptoms of colonialism. Now, one of the things that I will say is that I do not think that there's anything wrong with having a Game Devs of Color Expo, especially since everyone's a person of color. White is a color. So I really think that's a misnomer. There's a difference.
Actually, we're contrasts. White and black are contrasts.
They are.
We're not colors. We're contrasts.
They're contrasts instead of colors. I've seen it on the color wheel. You know, later, Dad, man, good seeing you. I've seen it on the color wheel, but yeah, it's like there's a difference between because some people are just like, oh well, they're segregating themselves. Well, there's a difference between cultural exchange and cultural exclusion. Like case in point, when I was in college, okay, you had some people who got a bug up their ass about the Black Student Union. We're like, oh, well, you're discriminating. We're like, no, we didn't say if you're not Black, you can join. That's never been said. You have people who feel that they are uncomfortable being in that particular situation, but no one's excluding you. As a matter of fact, we had white members, you know. It's a big difference, like I said, between cultural exchange and cultural exclusion. And unfortunately, what the likes of Sweet Baby Inc. and the Game Devs of Color Expo is, it is about exclusion. That's the issue that I have with it. But as for colonialism, that always seems to be a catch-all of you have a problem with, and I'm going to say white people in quotes, because Spaniards were white. I see a lot of people who somehow think that Hispanic doesn't equal white. Yes, it does, according to some of the censuses that I've seen my ancestors in. You know, his race was Blanco, okay?
We got blonde hair, blue-eyed babes.
Yep. That's exactly how they did it. So let's see, let's go down here. So this was uncovered by Master of the TDS and Writing Raven of Gothic Therapy YouTube channel. So go out there and check them out. So one of the opening slides attempted to redefine the genre's foundations. Decolonization, often framed as undoing of colonial influences and structures, it is also a creative process of imagining what cultures would look like if not disrupted by the exploitation of colonialism. I'm going to go down here a little bit because this is really cracking me up. So decoloniality. Y'all are making up freaking words, and I know y'all are. Stop it. Just stop it. The process of practice of rejecting Eurocentric ways of knowing and being, coined by Aníbal Quijano. I'm pretty sure you got some colonizer blood in you too. This concept acknowledges how different concepts of the cosmos influence knowledge acquisition, information storage and transfer, and ideas of self.
What?
I'm trying to figure.
Can you put that in English?
Yeah,
white people
it's so
bad.
stupid.
This is pretty much what it is. White people bad. And you know what? If y'all hadn't to come over here, we could have lived in peace. Never mind that some of us were fighting with, our own rivals over here in the new world. No, no, no. We don't want you to look at that. It's, it's kind of like.
Do these idiots realize how long ago this crap happened?
No, they don't, because they don't know their history. They don't know their history. So they are, it's kind of, I want to say it's almost akin to hearing some Black people say, well, white man's holding me back. We would have been much better off had we not been slaves. And like, maybe not. Who knows? But what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing. So now these people want to have something to complain about and to shame you about. And this is what they do. It's something to, to complain about. I have no complaint about colonialism. You want to know why? Because if it wasn't for colonialism, I wouldn't be here.
I don't think half of them would be there either.
No, they wouldn't be there either. And if it wasn't for colonialism, you still have Aztec human sacrifices still going on. Yes, I actually do have Aztec ancestry. Yeah, I know that. I'm like, what is the problem? What's the problem with this? But you have Sweet Baby Inc., who is, how would I put this? They're like the mob in a way. That's a nice game you got there.
I have a simpler way to put them. Sweet Baby Inc. Full of shit.
Well, that too. That works. You can ignore my diplomatic answer for it.
Sorry, but they have done nothing but try to destroy everything they touch.
They do. And it's not truly about making the product better. There's a difference. With Sweet Baby Inc., it's like, I'm paraphrasing, nice game you got there. Do you realize that it's all white people that are in it? I mean, you don't want to be called racist, do you? I mean, you don't want that to get out.
Can I play them? Can I play the game developer to your Sweet Baby?
Mm-hmm.
If they had a spine, they'd say, bring it.
And the thing is, they don't. Because these companies, again, Bethesda,
yeah,
Blizzard,
Blizzard back when might have.
Yeah, but not the Blizzard that
now
has some poor gamer asking this question.
Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?
Yeah. That's not, that's not it. You have these companies where they want to be on the right side of history. We'll say the ones higher up. So they're like, we have to make these games. We have to put in people of color, just put it in there, or my favorite, not very attractive women, especially Black women. They just, I don't get it. But either way, here's what Sweet Baby Inc. people are teaching about cozy games. And this is from Master of TDS. And we'll actually go over here to his tweet. So we did this one with decolonization. It's just like imagine if these colonizers hadn't come here, how different things would be. It's almost like, actually it's exactly like, it's like a certain segment of the Wampanoag Indians in Cape Cod protest every year for Thanksgiving in Plymouth, thinking that their life would have been so much better, if those Plymouth ancestors hadn't shown up. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I really don't understand that. Nobody knows.
Nobody
knows. Exactly. nobody knows what would have happened. And like with one protester, I said, I really don't understand what you're talking about because I actually descend from those Mayflower passengers. So no, I don't feel bad about a daggone thing. Go and Shogi for $10. Thank you so very much, my dear. Let's see. Let's hit you up here. Say we decolonize, then what? Who actually gets claim? They don't understand that's war territory. These narcissists are literally doing a Spider-Man pointing meme. Yeah, I'm actually going to talk about that in a minute. But I know, Erica, we're about to lose you, right, my dear?
Yeah, I am really struggling. Only got about 5 hours of sleep. Raph texted me in the morning, interrupted my sleep, and I've been up since like 8 a.m. and I didn't get to bed till about 3.
Well,
So
my dear,
I couldn't get back to sleep because of the news that he gave this morning. It was exciting news, but we're not ready to reveal it to the public yet. But I couldn't get back to sleep, and now I'm crashing.
I
But
got
it's only 9 o'clock, so you've been up an hour. I know.
What?
Smack.
Yeah. Smack.
Well, folks, I've got a link to Erica's channel in the description box of this live stream. So, Erica, anything you want to let us know about your channel, what you got coming up before you go?
Well, we'll know in about 2 weeks. I'm giving it about 2 weeks, maybe sooner, if where our status will be in terms of being here in Germany or going stateside. That's where we're at. So everything's on hold. And that is the only thing on my mind is that we're dropping because everything is just on hold. Anyway, so yeah, but I'd be here on your streams and wherever I'm invited.
Okay. Well, it's always glad to have you, my dear. You get some rest.
Thanks, guys. Love you. See
Much
y'all
love. Bye.
later this week. Night.
Who actually gets the claim? Dude, that's like when people talk about reparations for slavery. I'm like, if you descend from slave owners, both white and black and native slave owners, do I pay myself? I mean, how does that work?
Hey, wait, if you pay yourself, do you got to pay yourself back with interest?
Probably. I better not be
Damn, that'll
paying
be
taxes
expensive.
to the government on it. I know that. I know that, but this is ridiculous. This is something else to complain about, which isn't much to do, about nothing. So when they're talking about cozy games, and I've played a couple, I played a little bit of Animal Crossing. My island looks like a ghetto. I'm so not. It looks horrible. I've hardly done anything with it. I played Disney Dreamlight. Animal Crossing, that's Nintendo. Put a pin in that. Japanese company. I used to play Disney Dreamlight Valley. That's another cozy game. And I believe the developer is French. Developer's French. Gaming company is French. There's also Infinity Nikki that I play, and that's a Chinese company. So keep that in mind. So many white people. So apparently this is what they deem as colonialism. So many white people. My question is, so what? That's like saying there's too many animals in Animal Crossing.
They won't. It seems that this company will not be happy unless everything is kowtowed to them to a point where they get a piece of everything, or they'll just complain about it. And they don't want it fun. They want it to be bland, boring, and offensive.
Mm-hmm. And this is how you can tell these are not gamers. They're not gamers. They're activists. They're not gamers. They're activists. We just want to play the darn game. We don't need your darn agenda in it. I don't care that there's so many white people. When I'm playing Infinity Nikki, I don't care that there's a whole bunch of white people in this village with Chinese names, and they're obviously not Chinese. I don't freaking care. I just want my stuff. That's all I care about. The outside individual who saves the day. Again, so the heck what?
Did you ever play Skyrim?
I did not. It's on the
You got to
list.
play that.
It's on the list.
Because I could see them saying that about Skyrim and different things like that where it would make no sense whatsoever.
It doesn't make zero sense. It's like, who cares if it's the outside individual who saves the day? It happens in a whole bunch of games, lots of games.
So
Halo.
wait, can I reverse
Fallout.
this and say when I played all the NBA games, they didn't have enough white representation in there?
Yep. But that doesn't give them any capital, any street cred. They don't want to talk about that. They'll just say that, that's owed to them. It's ridiculous. But the same thing, the rebuttals that Tom and I are coming up with just shows you how ridiculous this is. And I'm going through it because people
nice.
cannot use the excuse of, oh, well, you're white, so of course you would think that. No, I'm not white. I have white ancestry. We'll say European ancestry. But obviously I'm not white. Okay.
What? Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, really. I know. It's scary, right?
I couldn't tell.
So you can't say that, oh, well, no, they might call me a blackface, a white supremacist. It's been a while since I've been called racist on Twitter. I'm probably going to get called a racist pretty soon. It's been too long.
I usually tell people when they call me racist, my standard line is, no, I hate everybody equally.
Mm-hmm. You're all equally worthless tonight. But I mean, let's see. The land is there for the taking. Yeah, and settled land, conquered land. You think indigenous people didn't take land, go to war over land?
That's all they used to war over in the beginning. That was it. There was nothing. People don't get it.
No, they really don't get it. Corn and wheat make number go up. What the hell does that mean?
What was that?
Corn and wheat make number go up. Okay, so are you saying that priority is given to corn and wheat? Is that it, as opposed to indigenous ingredients? Because supposedly corn and wheat were brought to the New World.
Corn was crops by the indigenous. Huh?
Wait a minute. I know wheat definitely was.
Corn's been here. Corn's
been. You know what? Yes. So sorry. I'm wrong. Wheat definitely was brought over. The reason why is, again, you all know I can't stand corn tacos. I hate corn tacos with a passion. I don't like them. Because I had bougie Spanish ancestors. So if you were poor, you used corn to make tortillas and tacos. If you had money, you had them with wheat. And so, yes, thank you guys for reminding me.
So I must be weird because I like a mix of corn wheat tacos.
Yeah, thank you guys for reminding me. I had a brain fart there. I don't like corn. I don't like corn. I really don't. Let's see. Nuclear family / 2-gen family. What is it with these weirdos that they hate the nuclear family?
If they didn't have a nuclear family, none of them would be there.
This is what I don't get. Even in, we'll call them indigenous, even in indigenous populations, nuclear family. So I don't get this for you to call this colonialism, because that doesn't work. Ew, 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 no.
Take his
No,
wrench away, ban him.
no, no. Tortilla chips, yes. I love corn tortilla chips. Corn tortilla tacos, that ranks up there with black eyed peas on my short list of foods I do not ever want to eat. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I can't. Yuck, yuck. Corn with tacos, wheat with burritos. I want wheat with both. I can't. I'll die on that corn tortilla hill. I'll let you and Paulie from Latino Slant.
I was in his chat the other day, busting his chops for his birthday stream. Polish birthday stream.
Death Angel Shadow. You can have them. You can have them. I would rather eat grits with no butter than black beans.
Oh, that's harsh. No butter on grits?
I don't even really like grits at all. No. You have to put butter, cream, cheese, and bacon in it.
I mean, eating grits is almost like eating a big bowl of sauerkraut.
Pretty much. It's pretty gross. Yeah. Monochronic structures, whatever the frick that means. 4 seasons, Gregorian calendar. Okay, monochronic structures. I have no freaking idea what the heck they're talking about, unless they're talking about classical architecture, like a Greek architecture. I'm just spitballing here. 4 seasons. 4 seasons is colonialism now? Somebody make that make sense.
Are they talking about like the Four Seasons Hotel or something like that? Or
I'm not getting this.
I'm just gonna say it. Whatever the fuck drugs these people are on, take them off the market.
Please do. How the heck is 4 seasons colonialism? That just makes no freaking sense. The Gregorian calendar.
What?
They have a problem with the Gregorian calendar. Too bad. Too bad. Gregorian calendar, that is for oh my gosh, Caesar Augustus, I think. And the Julian calendar was for Julius Caesar. So that's the first one. They added July, and then for Caesar Augustus, they added August. So we go by the Gregorian calendar. I think the Eastern Orthodox Church goes by the Julian calendar.
So what do they want to go by then?
I don't know. I guess the Aztec
Stargazing?
style. I
What?
have no freaking idea. I have no idea. Like, we're not supposed, I'm used to the Gregorian calendar. Just because you don't want colonialism in games, I have to deal with whatever screwed up calendar you want. No, I don't think so. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Conveniently ancient civilizations, whatever the heck that means. I don't freaking know. I guess they mean the natives showing up. Okay. So if I play Civilization, all right, and one of my scouts comes across a village, is that what y'all mean about conveniently ancient civilizations? I don't know. Spirituality is silly. That's a lie from the pit of hell. That's all I'm going to say. And straight up racism. Okay, you're throwing this stuff out there with absolutely no proof.
So playing as a fictional character, you're a hobbit, you're farming, and you come across another fictional character. Let's say he's a troll. And you fight each other because the troll wants to eat you and all you want to do is farm. How is that racist?
It's not. When everything is racist, Nothing is. And here's another thing that pisses me off. People throw around racism so much that it masks the ugly history and meaning of that word. Racism is a very serious charge.
Yes.
And you need evidence for that. I mean, you can call somebody a bigot. You don't really need that much, evidence for that. I know, I know I'm bigoted against the University of Miami. I don't care. I don't freaking like them. I don't. Ugh, a whole bunch of repeat offenders. Anyway, allegedly. Anyway, so I can call somebody a bigot. That's easy. You don't need a whole lot of evidence for that. But to call somebody racist and for you to just throw that out there,
They
without
drop
any
that word so
justification.
much that they're basically trying to desensitize people to what
Yeah.
it is. And when they do that, that means they're actually guilty of it.
But they don't want to say that because remember, people of color can't be racist. Yes, y'all can. Which one of the famous lines that I've said on not on my channel, but just on other channels. No one group of people has a monopoly on racism. None of them do. So you can't use that. Oh, well, Black people can't be racist and they can't be racist, blah, blah, blah. Please.
Be our guest is shouting something ticked them off. And I agree with
Okay. I get that in the bins. I see, hey, my sister's like preach it, LaReina. Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen groups be racist towards each other. I know a friend of mine who was Filipino. He wanted to go to what was it? No. Well, a friend of mine was Filipino, but someone else who I knew who was Chinese was trying to get into medical school. And he was like, yeah, I can't really get into medical school. It seems the only Asians they want to let in are Filipinos. I'm like, damn, that's racist. I'm like, damn, did you really just say that? I've seen Indian people from different castes be racist towards each other. I tell you, if there's one thing that I've learned from traveling abroad and being around different groups of people, yeah, I've seen that. And it's not cool at all and not endemic to just one group. But yeah, this is what this whole thing is. How can we decolonize cozy games? Colonization is a problem. First of all, it's not freaking real. It's called the setting of the game. That's what that's called. And why are you talking about safety? What does safety mean for the audience we're trying to reach? There's no what safety? Safety from being called out when you blow yourself up?
Stand back.
Yeah.
Stand back. Back up. It's gonna blow.
Ridiculous.
Sounds like a friggin' porno.
God. What mechanics, rewards, cultural touchstones, and character archetypes will we implement that will resonate with them? I don't want it to resonate. I want to be able to blow stuff up, get loot, double tap people, slay dragons. That's what I want to do. I don't care about the relationship of the player to the character, the player character to the NPC. The only thing I care about the NPC is that they give me the information and the stuff that I need. I don't care about anything that. How many generations of people are present at any time?
What?
Why does that matter? Gaming is the great equalizer.
It's a game. It's supposed to be just okay. I don't have to worry about real world shit for how long I'm going to play this for. I just want to be distracted, let my mind do senseless crap, or maybe a puzzle game or whatever. Whatever.
Oh, it is just a mess. I see you, BR guys. Yeah, they are just. We need to go back to shaming stupidity. We really do.
We would run out of places to do that.
But I think we should try. You know,
Yeah.
bring back the dunce cap. You know, it's not wrong to be ignorant. Like when you don't know better, when you learn better, you do better. It is bad if you're just stupid, which means you know better, but you don't do better. You know, it's what we Gen Xers call retarded. That's what that means. Totally what that means. How is time measured? Oh, I can't. Best way to decolonize cozy gays is to fire this dumbass. No one is paying any attention to this. This is BS. So okay.
Is that the person who wrote that?
Yes, this is the person who wrote that.
I can't tell if it's male, female, or whatever the hell it is.
I think she is. Is she? Honey, you should ask. Funny you should ask. Let's see. I think I can find her session. Let's see. Where is she at? Ah, she's a they them. They them. Yep.
Where are they based out of? California or Washington?
I don't know where she's based out of. And I don't know where this expo.
And they're industry leaders. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they're industry leaders in their own mind. Again, I don't see anything wrong with people getting together to exchange ideas, so long as there is not exclusion.
It's very simple. This person who's saying that has a mental instability, and anything they write, we should take with a grain of salt because apparently their hormones are screwed up.
Well, I think you need to go get that straightened out. I think the guys that put he, him, or worse. I mean, it's like, look, I don't have a problem with addressing you by your pronouns. Just tell me what the heck you want to be called, and I'll leave it at that. Don't talk about, well, you misgendered me. It's like, well, what the frick am I supposed to call you? So we can get that out of the way, But apparently, and to wrap this topic up, of course, they point you to games that they feel don't promote colonialism. Fields of Mystery, I have no idea what the heck that one is. Salt Sea Chronicles, I'm looking at the art and I ain't even interested in that one. Tales of the Shire, I have seen, which got lots of little white characters in it. Hobbits look white to me. It just looks like a fun game, but from what the reviews are, is that the mechanics of it are ass.
Well, just that they're recommending it, I'm going to skip it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I have enough crazy in my life. I don't need this shit. Tell me what game to play.
I think here's the thing is, it's like you are so concerned with, oh, we don't want to offend people. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that, to the point where you make a crap game that hardly anybody wants to play. And I've seen several reviews of Tales of the Shire from people who play cozy games on a regular. It is not all that at all. But that's what happens when you're more concerned about an agenda than creating an actual game that people want to play. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, they were involved in Tales of the Shire, which should have had all the stuff that they were complaining about. Yeah, there's farming, there's cooking, there's little white hobbits. I didn't see any black hobbits in there. White hobbits. You have to pay attention to how long your food is cooking. I mean, this is all of this. It is ridiculous. And maybe what you really need to do, well, one, get rid of Sweet Baby Inc. working on any of your projects, because they're obviously not about improving your game and all about agenda that they want to push. Again,
Fictional.
it's a lovely game, nice game. Be ashamed if someone called it racist.
They need a caveat in their title. Sweet baby.
They snuck in a few.
Below it. We should be able to superimpose it. They're all nuts. Don't give a shit what they say.
Well, they snuck in a few, not many, but still. You know, but it's a brand new flipping day. Okay. People are getting tired of being called racist, of being called colonizers, of being shamed for the type of games that they want to play, for being shamed because you want to see good looking women in games, ashamed if you want to see good looking men in games, shaming them because you want to play a game that's, you know, that's competitive. You want to play a game where you don't freaking care about pronouns. Nobody gives a dang about your pronouns unless I can pick pronouns of, what was it? Somebody said Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Apache Attack Helicopter. If you can make your pronouns like that, then you know, okay. But people are tired of this. Y'all came after gamers, which is a group you do not want to.
Could you picture if we would have dropped any of these people from Sweet Baby back into a game room for the original Battlefield?
Ah, shoot. They wouldn't last.
I'd be labeled as the biggest asshole in the face of the planet in 10 seconds flat.
But it's like they want gamers to change. Instead of making their own stuff and marketing it to their particular audience, they want to force us to change. And honey, that ain't happening. Because I am
Nope.
your worst freaking nightmare. I'm a female gamer that doesn't put up with your crap. And I'm not sold on it. Farmville Farm Simulator, no. So games no one gives GF about. That's correct. Games no one cares about. We don't care. We don't care about these games. The reason you haven't heard about these games because hardly anybody's playing them. And I think that game is on Steam, right?
I won't fire up Steam right now because I haven't updated in a while, and oh god.
Now there's something I'm trying to find. Let's see. Search for Tales. Maybe it's not on. Ooh. Hey. Okay, maybe this is just me, but should it be that low? 370 in game? 300.
How much is the game? Is it free?
That's a good question. I have
I think
no
it just says
idea.
install, so
I don't know. I don't think it is. What does it?
just says install.
Watch this game on Steam. I'll find out in a minute. Well, I don't have a license, but let's see. No, it is not free. It is $27.99. It just went to my Steam account. It's $27.99 to buy.
$27.99.
$27.99. Oh, it's on sale.
Pass.
Oh, that's the sale price.
Pass.
I can't. So that's 370.
I wonder if they're still on that site, Sweet Baby Inc. Detected.
It probably is. I mean, if you want a comparison, okay, 370 in game. So that's what's current right now. How many people are playing Counter-Strike right now? 572,000. Look at that.
And that game's been around a long time. This is
long ass time. Long time. So
how many people are playing Call of Duty? I'm curious.
Ooh, Helldiver 65.
Helldiver 2.
Call of Duty 44.
44,000.
44,000. Let's say 45,000.
And that one's getting dropped like a hot rock too with some of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah, I saw at a Gamescom in Germany when they brought this out and were talking about what they were doing with the latest version of Call of Duty. I said, I'm out. I'm out.
I'm waiting on Battlefield 6. So
Yeah, that one
I'll be playing Battlefield 6.
Delta Force, Dead by Daylight, Stardew Valley. Now that's a cozy game.
Rainbow Six Siege X still has 49,000 people. Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3, although that game is crazy. Apex Legend, Hollow Knight.
You see that game War Thunder?
What?
I actually play that. And that has 34,000 people and it's free.
Grand Theft Auto 5 Legacy. Almost 30,000 people playing that. Cyberpunk 2027. No Man's Sky. Valheim. Even The Sims got Civilization, even though that's 7. I have 6. Destiny, Pal World, which I heard is a lot of fun, even though Nintendo's suing them. Look at this. Final Fantasy. Look, all of these games. Schedule 1. I heard that's ridiculously addictive. But you see all of these games, how many people are playing, and then you have this piece of crap game over here, that involve consultants that want to shame people about colonialism. I don't think so. Again, y'all need to stay focused on making your games instead of trying to tell us gamers what to do, because that ain't happening. Just saying. What you want to bet? Dreamlight Valley has more.
Probably.
More stuff in it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the devs. Well, let's see. They had the Pride events in Dreamlight Valley. What else did they have that was in there? I'm surprised they let Mickey and Minnie talk about going on a date. That shocked me. And the devs for Dreamlight Valley, they all have their pronouns when they do the showcase. I'm like, I don't care about that. Oh yeah. Something else to tell you. Really, really messed up. Well, let's see. Before we go on to our main topic, of course, which is Jimmy Kimmel. I know we had a lot going on. Let's see. I want to look at some other things. Death Angel Shadow says, since when is colonialism bad? We wouldn't have technology today without it. No, it's not technically bad. Some people portray it as bad. They will say, oh, colonizers or whatever. Well, you lost. That's just how it is. People came over to this country, whether some by legal means, some by not legal means, but either way, you're right. We would not have technology. That technology exchange would not have happened. Technology, goods, services. The world got smaller, and that's what happened. So now, I think people who talk about colonialism, and yes, there are some issues with colonialism in general, but to paint people or a certain whole system as bad, no. Because again, if it wasn't for colonialism, a lot of people wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And it's not colonialism that you have a problem with. For some reason, you have a problem with white people. And you mask that by wrapping it up in colonialism. So that's what I'll say for that. It's okay to blame the English for all the colonialism because they're white, but don't pay attention to the truth because Spanish usually have more melanin. Well, you've got fair-haired Spaniards. Cortez was blonde and blue eyes, which is why the Aztecs thought that he was a god because they had a prophecy, that, prophet with like hair like the sun would come and save them. And that's how, that's how Cortez got an in with that. Also, a lot of people don't know Cortez had a West African enforcer as muscle when they showed up in Mexico. Yeah, Juan Garrido, you can look that up too. He was from West Africa, but he was what you call, was it Rosales? But he was basically an Afro Spaniard. He came over with Cortez. But yeah, so when you hear people talk about they want to blame, they say that they're not white. What they want to say is that they're not Anglo. That's the more specific thing. It's okay to trash the English about it, but people tend to forget that the Spanish and the Portuguese were in that whole colonialism game first, and why they get a pass, I don't understand. Really don't. My 11-year-old is mega hyped for this game. He doesn't pay attention to the nonsense. He just wants to play a fun game. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's all they want to do. LaReina, your ancestors got around. Yes. Yes, they did. Sometimes I look and I'm just like, people think I'm making this stuff up. It's like, who? Oh, Lord. Yeah, they did. They got around. With lots of families, some that didn't know each other. So that was one of those things, the age of exploration. Oh, Lord, it wasn't just about ships. Okay, that came out wrong. It came out so wrong. Yes, they have animal characters. I read an article complaining that there are more animal kids books than people of color kids books. Yeah, shenanigans. They do have a lot of animal characters. The two cozy games that I played, they're mostly human with, some fairies and wood sprites and stuff like that. But I don't get that. But anyway, going from that craziness, and about 200 of you guys here are watching between YouTube and X. So thank you so much for being here. This is the Spice Lounge. And of course, you got me here. And of course, you have also got Tom F here as well. Erica had to step out. Oh gosh, should we get into Jimmy?
Do we want to?
We need to. We really do need to. And here's the reason why. Hollywood thinks that you have short memories. Hollywood seems to think that, I would say that they are more important to your life than, say, the truck driver that brings your groceries to the Walmart. Okay, the plumber that, fixes the leaks, your mechanic that fixes your car. Somehow you need them, or so they think. And if we rubes over here and flyover country are too dumb to understand that, well, guess what? We have got these celebrities to show us the way. So we will go with how things started before we get to go to how things are going. And Pete McDevitt is in the chat. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. So good to see you. Pete is another awesome theme park content creator. Let's see. Can one of my mods drop a link to Pete's channel? I'd appreciate that very, very, very much. So glad that you're here, my dear. Let's see. So let's start from the beginning, because rather than people talk about what Jimmy Kimmel said, which is in relation to what unfortunately happened to Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated, you've really gotten to see how ugly some people are with their reaction to what happened to Charlie Kirk. And here again, we have Hollywood celebrities who have no tact. They don't care. And the only thing that they care about is getting sound bites.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. We hit some.
Okay, so
this guy's a heinous prick.
This is what Jimmy Kimmel. This is what Jimmy Kimmel said. Now, the latter part where he's talking about Trump, and it's very, very obvious what they were doing, and the press, and they can ask him the dumbest freaking questions ever. It's like, what do you expect for the president to just come apart? He answered your question and then moved on to something else. But because he didn't answer the way that you did, you decided to turn into a joke, which I get it. Because frankly, if it wasn't for Trump being in office, none of you comedians would really have any material to work with at all. Because y'all couldn't clown Biden, and you definitely couldn't clown Obama. But the thing that I have the problem with, we're going to start it from beginning here, is what he said about MAGA and the now what we know suspect. We got Cap.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Which is BS. I'm like, go ahead, Tom.
No, I'm trying not to say what hasn't been said or numerous times, that this guy's delusional. He's a crap stirrer. He's flat out lying about this, and he's just he's a narcissist.
Yeah, I need a man died. No, and I'm not going to put that simply. A man was assassinated. He was taken out. That's as plain as I can put it. Taken out by a kid, and I will call him a kid. Okay, so he was not MAGA. As a matter of fact, his whole family was conservative, but he got radicalized. And not only that, he had a roommate who was transitioning from being a male to a female.
They said that was, he was into that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you want to be into that. You're an adult. You can be into that. You're adult. That's different. That's fine. But you want to use something that you believe Charlie Kirk said that offended you to the point where you thought you had to take him out. And if that isn't just straight up evil, I don't know what is. This wasn't some person who, they died from natural causes. They were taken out. Then you want to say that, that it has to do with quote unquote MAGA. Apparently, everyone who opposes you guys are MAGA for some reason. I don't get it. I'm not MAGA. I'm conservative. I make up my own mind. And then they try to make it as if this suspect was MAGA, and he wasn't. And do you notice how the narrative changed when they found out exactly who this kid was and what
Yeah.
he had written on the bullets?
Yep.
And it turns out it's one of your people. It's one of your people. I'm going to say,
Yeah,
quote unquote, one of your people.
The thing that I'm wondering is, just because I want to know what this lower than life, not very good wannabe comedian said on his show tonight that's not being aired across half the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just wondering how bad. Did he insult somebody? Did he try to make a half-hearted apology? What did he do? And I'm not going to be surprised if he didn't do any of those. If he just went about just talking crap. And supposedly he was supposed to have Newsom on.
That's what I heard.
So that's probably going to be a crap show.
Because here's the other thing about Jimmy Kimmel, because I didn't think anybody was really even watching him, at all. And when it comes to the affiliates, because this is another thing that I don't think people understand. Disney/ABC, they own, I believe, 6 affiliates in the United States. The one that I am most familiar with is Action News, WABC, in Philadelphia. Yeah. Disney owns affiliates in the top 6 marketing areas or cities. There's of course, there's KABC out in LA. I'm used to them, but Action News, Channel 6, that's Disney. Okay, so you've got Philadelphia, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, I think Austin, and there's one more that I'm missing. Okay, so that's 6. Those other affiliates, and I'm blanking on the name. I'm blanking on the exact name, but those affiliates, they own stations in like Birmingham, Alabama, Altoona, Pennsylvania, State College, Pennsylvania. They own like at least 40 to 50 affiliates. Now think about all of those affiliates. That's just one company. They own many more. They own those stations. They do not have to air what they don't want to air. At least anything that doesn't violate, a contract.
Yeah.
They don't. And put a pin in that. So when you talk about quote unquote free speech, and I'm going over here to Geeky Sparkles' post because she said it way better than I did. The hypocrisy is what I'm most angry about. So Sunny hosted on today on Jimmy Kimmel's firing. Our founders drafted the First Amendment to protect the rights of citizens to criticize the government. What does the government have to do with what Jimmy Kimmel said?
Absolutely nothing. He wasn't. You're talking about they assassinated a civilian. And he was making light of a civilian's death. He was lying about it. That's misinformation.
Exactly.
I just don't, it has nothing to do with our government doing anything. They're not who censored him.
No. His employer basically said, you know what? You're making us look bad. What you said, no. You need to go in timeout for a little bit. So, which is why they suspended the show. So that's between him and his employer. Jimmy Kimmel is employed at the pleasure of Disney. So if Disney decides y'all need to shut up, you need to shut up. It's kind of like on The View. Remember when Sony Hosting kept saying so much crap that they had to read legal notes?
They had a lawyer sitting there going, okay, now come back with this. Okay, come
Mhm.
back with this.
The same thing. It has nothing to do what you think, what you're calling free speech. You think it's what you call free speech, you think is freedom from consequences. That's what this is. First Amendment right to protect the citizens, the rights of citizens to criticize the government.
We have a
That
right
is
to
true.
say anything we want, but there are consequences in certain aspects of our life for things we say, especially if it comes to something you're doing that affects your employer. If you're wearing a uniform and you say something wrong, you'll be held accountable for those things you're saying, be it a police uniform, let's say a bus driver uniform, anything, anything. But if you're in just civilian clothes and nobody knows who you are, have at it. But know that if somebody videos you and your employer sees this and they recognize that you work there, you're deep shit.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm going off.
So you don't know. It's just like if you, go online and let's say call your boss this, that, and the other thing, and that the company sucks and da da da. Yeah, you can get fired for that or suspended for that. Why? Because that's between you and a private employer, not the government. So what you call your free speech is being infringed upon is actually that, you're not, you want to be free from consequences. You want to be free of not having to write the check that your ass couldn't cash. Okay. That's what we have here. Hey, Monorail Molly. Oh, I love that avatar. It's so precious. Oh my gosh. So boohoo Jimmy Kimmel. Remember when it was Roseanne, Megan, Kelly, Tucker Carlson makes me sick. Oh, I'll do you one better. I will do you one better. How about this? This is from my girl Dana Lash, who I absolutely love and I've been following for years. All the people who had no problem when Disney fired Gina Carano for literally nothing are so butthurt over this black-faced sporting clown turd who barely ekes a 4 share. And this is what people tend to forget, and which is why I keep putting this picture up every chance I get. This is Jimmy Kimmel that we're talking about.
Yep.
So you want to be free to do stuff like this and not get called on it. But you get called out for saying something completely inaccurate, misrepresented, and you claim your free speech is being infringed upon. Again, you need to go back and read exactly what the First Amendment is. And the fact that you have all of these celebrities who are piling on, just like, oh, my free speech, I'm not going to do this concert because what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, or my personal favorite, I'm going to cancel Disney Plus, and you should too, until Jimmy Kimmel is reinstated. You notice
I
you
like
kept
that the
seeing a
Disney
lot of
actress
that.
did that too. I think that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal. Yeah, he did too.
No,
Which one?
She-Hulk.
Oh yeah. Her too. All of them. Like anybody, I'm just like She-Hulk. What? We're trying to
It's like,
forget.
yeah, you just bit the hand that fed you, dumbass.
She hasn't been right since she was clipped out of the Daredevil show. The girlfriend
Well,
hasn't been right.
they didn't have any place to do twerking, so
Oh my gosh, if Colbert was losing 50 million per year and he had better ratings, and by the way, the Kimmel show costs more than every other night show, how much do you think they're losing per year to keep him on? They're losing quite a bit. and I'm about to segue onto another topic. Disney's fiscal year closes this month. So they're probably focused on closing the books, not having too much disturbance going on. I don't know what's budgeted for the Jimmy Kimmel show for the next fiscal year. What I do know this, a lot of layoffs and a lot of show cancellations tend to happen the closer you get to Christmas. So I would say keep a close eye on what happens with the Jimmy Kimmel show between now and the end of this year. Just saying. Just saying. Keep tabs on that. But one of the guys who I love, who's in the pop culture sphere and also in the political sphere, would be Christian Toto. And I actually was on a stream with him, I believe, on Pro's channel a couple months ago. Cool. He's awesome. You got to follow him. He has his blog, Hollywood and Toto, the right take on entertainment.
Yeah, I've seen who he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has an open letter to Hollywood's new free speech warriors. And before I do that, let's play Sunny Hostin, because this is the hypocrisy that people are pissed off about, the hypocrisy that I keep tweeting about, because these people want to talk about free speech, but they didn't give a damn about your free speech during COVID, when you didn't want to wear a mask, when you didn't want to take that experimental shot, when you wanted your kids in school, especially if you had special needs kids. Now all of a sudden they couldn't go to school, or they had to wear masks, and some kids couldn't wear masks, just the detriment in education to all of that, and the witch hunt that went on when you have relatives who didn't want you around if you didn't have a shot. These people.
Our founders drafted the First Amendment specifically to protect the rights of citizens to criticize the government. When you cross that kind of societal norm, you must pay the consequence. And firing her was the right thing to do. I'm thrilled that ABC did it. Our founders.
That was about Roseanne. Yep.
She twisted the whole thing. She twisted it. She twisted from talking bad about the government to Roseanne. Never mind.
Roseanne, Gina Carano. I mean, that witch hunt, and that's exactly what it was, in cancellation campaign. So you have no problem curtailing people's free speech if it truly their free speech, if you don't agree with it. Again, go back to X during the dark times before
Twitter.
Elon Musk, yes, Twitter, which was a progressive cesspool, but that's Blue Sky now. Blue Sky's a cesspool right now. They all went over to Blue Sky. Well, some of them, and apparently Stephen King wasn't radical enough. They ran him off of Blue Sky. But anyway,
they ran out Mark Hamill too.
Yeah, Mark Hamill too. Yes, this is a monster, that y'all went and created. But the fact that you couldn't even mention COVID by name, I called it the Wu-Tang flu. You couldn't call it. Well, Hodge twins called it the China virus. They went out and called. All Dad said, "Where was it from? Wuhan." Yeah, where's Wuhan at? China. That's exactly where it came from. Nobody's being racist. We're being factual when it comes to that. But going back over here to
Can you? I just like that picture with all the duct tape over their mouths.
Isn't it great? It's totally great. If you're not following Christian Toto on X, you really, really do need to. One of the things that I have a big bone to pick with conservatives is that they downplay the value of the arts so much that they left a vacuum, which is why you got all this crazy weirdness going on. So we need to be engaged in the arts, which is why I'm so glad there's people like Christian Toto who love film are talking about. So Kimmel's suspension showcases Hollywood's nastiest double standard, and that's exactly what this is. So dear Hollywood free speech activists, where were you? No, Really, where have you been? ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live has triggered a crush of celebrities bemoaning an assault on free speech. Again, the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, tier actors. Howard Stern bravely canceled his Disney Plus account in response to Kimmel's benching.
Oh, like bullshit. He paid for it in the first place. Get the F out of here.
So stunning and brave. The Howard Stern used to be edgy. Now he's just a cranky old fart, scared of
He's
rocking the boat.
friggin' another one that should have gone away a long time ago and retired.
I no joke. I grew up. Well, I had to listen to clips of it on the radio. Howard Stern, Robin Quivers. I freaking loved her. I Wendy Williams, and then it was Robin Quivers, and I used to listen to the Howard Stern show because I thought it was freaking hilarious. But this dude, he has sold out. He is a shell of his former self, and just a freaking disgrace for the most part. So Sarah McLachlan, who I have no freaking idea who she is, and I don't care, nixed a publicity appearance to protest free speech under fire. Publicity appearance, which means somebody may have paid you to do that. Apparently, it didn't cost that much. But if you nixed it, if you signed some contracts, guess what? You're going to be hearing from somebody's lawyer. I'm just saying. How many people, and when I say how many people, because let me see what kind of appearance this was. Let's see. Oh, Lilith Fair. Really? Somebody's getting a call from a lawyer. That's all I'm going to say. Performances at Lilith Fair doc debut canceled in support of free speech. Gosh. Oh, and that's in Toronto. Okay, I didn't even know what the heck Lilith Fair was.
Yeah.
I guess not as fun as Burning Man.
Lilith Fair is basically a bunch of lesbians being idiots.
Oh, okay. Opie and Anthony was peak. Yeah, I used to listen.
They were good when they first came out.
Yeah, good. Sarah's also Canadian. Well, that explains a lot. No disrespect. I know some really cool Canadians. This chick ain't one of them. So let's see. Angelina Jolie says she no longer recognizes her country following Kimmel's punishment. Did you see that?
Yeah, I wanted to puke.
Talking about, I have a worldview. We don't freaking care about your worldview. Okay. We don't really care about these celebrities that go out there, they trash the United States. They talk about being a world citizen as opposed to being an American citizen, especially when they trash our country on foreign soil, which pisses me the frick off. And you know what? I think she did this on foreign soil. San Sebastian Film Festival. Yeah, I think that's overseas, which makes sense because they like to trash the United States when they're on foreign soil. Hollywood is chock full of insecure, virtue signaling hypocrites. Yes, and I lived among them. This is what I'm saying. They're virtue signaling for their next job. Like, hey, I'm down with it. I'm on the right side of history. I'm okay to hire, which is why I find it very interesting when Pedro Pascal is sounded off by Jimmy Kimmel, and talking about people canceling their Disney Plus. I don't think you should really talk because I saw that trailer for the Mando and Grogu movie. Ain't happening. Oh, yes. And hypocrite extraordinaire Pedro Pascal. He is my absolute freaking favorite. He's the ultimate one. Oh my gosh. And this is him. Because remember when Gina Carano was going through all of that? You can hardly hear that much out of Pedro Pascal. I mean, Bill Burr, I got some issues with him, but at least he actually said, she was an absolute sweetheart. But that's just a sample. And today, I think this was yesterday, 400 celebrities signed an ACLU pledge supporting Kimmel. The ACLU, that crazy left wing wacko litigation society. Now, they used to actually do good work way, 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 way back in the day, but just like the NAACP, they have woefully strayed far away from their intended purpose. So, yep, they're talking about finding themselves in a McCarthy era. There is no McCarthy era. So, first of all, some facts. Kimmel is not gone from the late night scene. ABC is trying to negotiate his return, but published accounts insist he refuses to apologize for a big, fat, cruel lie he told to smite MAGA Nation. And that's pretty much what he wound up doing, which is ridiculous. But the lie in question, which blamed MAGA for Charlie Kirk's death, came during a national tragedy. So he couldn't even correct himself and say, you know what, I was not factual. This is what happened. It turns out, this is the guy. This is what his motivations were. At least come back and be factual. People would have probably forgiven you for that. But you didn't say anything.
That's what I'm saying. Waiting to see. Let's see what this moron says tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't even know what time he comes on.
I think he might even be on already. I don't even know.
I stopped watching late night television when Jay Leno
Yeah,
no longer on the Tonight Show.
I went to watch my shows on YouTube, or that's it. I'd rather watch small creators that better content, less crap, no commercials.
Oh, 11:35 ET. I might be asleep by that time. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel did to ABC's ratings what the Liberal Party has done to Canada's economy. I mean, his shares, the share that his show has been getting. Yep, but not in Tennessee tonight. Yep. I don't think people realize.
You're going to have to either go on Dismal Disney Plus or something like that to see it. But I know there's some people who are going to watch it just to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, local ABC affiliate is running news until 12:37 a.m. Yeah, I think people just do not understand just
Beer
how.
Guys has a very good point.
That's what I'm saying. If their speech was really being suppressed, they'd have been disappeared for these stunts. Yeah, exactly.
They have no idea if they tried this in let's say, certain Korea or China and talked about their government like this. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Russia, yeah. Well, they're old school KGB.
Well, older Russia, yeah. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, the newer ones, no. But if you've got like some of them KGB holdovers, yeah. But they have no idea what that's like. They have your speech suppressed. Jimmy Kimmel wants to be the martyr without any real sacrifice. Yeah, he wants exposure. And it's like, hey, I do this hot take. I'm going to get people watching my show.
I think it might have backfired this time, Kimmel.
Yeah, not going, not doing it. So let's see, to repeat ourselves, let's see. Now celebrities who insist it's free speech issue can have their say, of course. It's important to stand tall when speech is threatened in any manner. But to repeat ourselves, where have they been? Or to quote a certain movie cop, welcome to the party, pal. Yep. Free speech has been under serial attack for the past decade. Cancel culture has threatened comedians for sharing the wrong jokes or just resurfacing decade-old material. Just ask Kevin Hart. Remember, Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars, and was it Good Morning America? I think they tried to put him through a struggle session, and he was just like, "No, if I can't be myself, I won't do it. It's an honor to be invited to do it, but it's like, no, I'm not going to do it." And they kept, I'm forgetting who was it. I think it was Michael Strahan who kept pressing him. Did you think you did anything wrong or something? He's like, no.
It's like, you know what? Everybody keeps saying things like, oh, you did this 10, 15 years ago. People always evolve. They change. And, that's like, okay, you're 10 years old. You were 10 years old and you said, I hate purple crayons. You're 18 now, you're getting a job at Crayola. And they pull up your post saying you hate purple crayons. It'd be that stupid.
Totally that dumb. And sensitivity readers have erased packages from works by Ian Fleming, Roald Dahl, and Agatha Christie. That pissed me off. That pissed me off so much. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Ian Fleming, that's Bond. Okay. I loved Bond movies. I didn't get a chance to read the books, but I was always fascinated. It's like, oh, Ian Fleming, you wrote the Bond books. But Agatha Christie, that's another one. But Roald Dahl, the reason why is because when I was a kid, one of the books that made me fall in love with reading was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Really?
Yes. My teacher read that. She read the book to us, I think we're in second grade. But my reading level was way advanced. Like I was in second grade reading at like 9th and 10th grade level. So I borrowed the book from the library and read it because I didn't want to wait for my teacher to finish it with story time, a half an hour twice a week. I'm like, no, I need to know what freaking happened. I need to know if Charlie got the golden ticket. I need to know how this ends. And read the book and loved the book. Loved reading. And they want to change it because, Veruca Salt, fat kid, Augustus Gloop ate too much. They're all about this body positivity thing. It's ridiculous.
It's all they're doing is creating a society of absolute friggin' wimps who can't handle any type of form of rejection, counter talk, or anything like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show my purple guitar to show CJ I really didn't mean me. I like purple.
You were real life Matilda minus the telekinesis. Yeah. And the Twitter files, you guys remember that? Where they actually showed how Twitter relented to government pressure to censor Americans. Remember when Elon Musk?
This big?
Oh, yes, I sure can. Oh my gosh. I see that.
There you go, TJ.
I think Purple Rain. Wow. It looks so good. I love it.
Thank you.
Love it. Looks amazing. Dang it. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. The government pressured Facebook to ban or shadow ban news about Hunter Biden. Remember Hunter Biden?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That tried to create a new body to eradicate misinformation. Remember that? Misinformation. We have to misinformation. A rodeo clown drummed out of business for mocking then President Barack Obama. I remember that. Left
Yes,
tried to
you did.
cancel Joe Rogan for sharing alternate opinions on COVID-19, some of which proved to be 100% accurate. This is my favorite here. Trans activists and their media allies tried to cancel Dave Chappelle for telling trans adjacent jokes on his Netflix special, The Closer. I had to have some serious Twitter fights with some of these people who were trying to cancel Dave Chappelle. They're like, oh, he's transphobic. I'm like, no, he just said something that you didn't like. There's nothing to say he has an irrational fear of you. And the jokes were freaking funny. Especially the one he did after this one, where he talked about the friend of his who was transgender and wanted to be a stand-up comedian. But unfortunately, because she was associated with Dave Chappelle, she got so much hate online that she wound up taking her own life. And this was just a mess. Like, you want to cancel somebody because you don't like what they have to say. You want the right to not be offended. That doesn't work. But we already know about ABC firing Roseanne Barr. I mean, granted, that heifer blocked me years ago on Twitter because I called her out for something she said that was stupid.
You got blocked by Roseanne Barr.
I got blocked by Roseanne Barr. Yeah. 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 She said something. She said something to me. No, I think I told her her ass was too fat to be on a pole or something like that. I don't know. Something that I said. And she wound up blocking me. But then I found out she got fired. I was just like, look, okay, granted, I don't like that chick, but you gonna fire her for that? Okay, whatever. Then, of course, we know Disney fired Gina Carano.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They're like, no, but she didn't get her contract renewed. Yeah, that's pretty much what firing is in Hollywood. You have a contract for a certain number of episodes or whatever, and they don't renew it. Guess what? You're de facto fired. Hollywood Blacklist 2.0 continue to pace, of course. Conservative speakers facing relentless attacks on college campuses. That's what drew my ire because I had never seen that happen before. College was usually where you would have the exchange of ideas. That's what college was supposed to be. You know, you got introduced to some ideas you liked, some you didn't. And if you didn't, you know, who cares? Go hang around with the people that you do. Jewish artists facing cancellation threats, that as well, which was disgusting. Artists self-censored for fear of personal reprisals. Some even memory hold their own work. And of course, we unfortunately know what happened to Charlie Kirk. And Hollywood celebrities cheered when social media giants kicked Trump off their networks after January 6th. Remember, they kicked him off of off of Facebook.
Didn't they close down another social media platform that was a little bit more open speaking?
Yeah, I believe it was called Parler.
Parler, and there was another one.
Parler made one mistake, and Dan Bongino, I think, was invested in that. They based it on Amazon Web Services.
Yeah,
that was their first mistake. I heard that. I'm just like, no. Wait, you built a free speech platform on Amazon Web Services. I'm like, no. Nah. But yeah, partial list. You know, Kimmel was many to stand down through it all. Why? The answer is simple and threefold. Celebrities were afraid that if they spoke up, they might be next. Number one, they didn't realize that standing up en masse will protect them while sending a powerful message to the woke scold. So they chose otherwise. Some, due to their siloed news feed, weren't aware of some of these horrifying cases. More importantly, celebrities weren't interested in defending free speech when Trump wasn't involved in the matter, which is true. Trump was out of office for the last 4 years, so they couldn't use speech-related battles to attack him. Once they saw it as a way to attack Orange Man bad, they pounced on it. You know, it's that simple. Now, at the very least, these sudden free speech warriors should cop to their nuclear grade double standards. I love how you put that. And let's fight for free speech for everyone. And that's what it is. It's like if they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any. You know. But what I love seeing is people who are calling them out on this nonsense. It's like, we see what you're doing.
Oh, it's been shown now. They've seen it, you know.
Oh, dang. It's sad when prostitutes and drug dealers are more respected than Hollywood. Yeah, at least they're honest about what they're giving you.
You know what? When you think about it, other than us being entertained by that, you know, and these people, that's it. We don't need them for any other aspect of our lives.
No. And that's what 2020 did. This is what I tell people with the pandemic, okay? That showed exactly who we really needed. Doctors.
I call it the plandemic
doctors.
or the scamdemic.
Yeah, because that is true. Plandemic. Somebody, who was it? I think Anthony Brian Logan used that, called it the plan. He had a cap that says, you know, I survived the plandemic.
It's just, you know, we need infrastructure. We need people to treat us for our ailments. Nurses, doctors, whatever.
People to grow food, you know, and eat stuff like
you know,
that.
Veterinarians, farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Farmers, we need more than anything else, to tell you the truth.
Those are the people, you know, those are the people that we needed.
But we're more worried about these. Most of the people.
Like I said, we're flyover country when it comes to them. They could care less, you know, about us. But one of the good things about platforms like YouTube to a certain extent, which reminds me, did you see the CEO of Google finally copped to saying that the Biden administration strong-armed them?
Oh, we all knew that was happening.
You know, we knew it. We totally knew it. And they're saying we promised him embrace free speech. Yeah, okay, whatever. But people are going to places like YouTube, like Rumble, like X, you know, to find out information, to get their entertainment from. I mean, just looking at like my nieces and nephews and even like Camera Girl, they do not watch broadcast television. They don't even know what broadcast television is. They're not really going to movies.
Nieces, nephews, no.
Yeah.
Even my 22-year-old niece, 22 or 23, she could give two craps what's on the regular television.
Yep. If it's not on TikTok or YouTube,
Don't even get me started with TikTok.
I can't with the tickety talk. I can't. Camera Girl has a ton of followers on TikTok. I'm like, people are like, you should get a TikTok. I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not interested in it, you know, whatsoever. But that's how the kids think. That's how information gets out. And people aren't paying attention to these celebrities, which is why they're, you know, digging their heels in and trying to shame us into coming back. We're not coming back, my dear. We're really not. These actors in Hollywood, and we'll say a certain segment of them, need to go back to the old school model where you pretty much kept your politics to yourself for the most part, or if you did talk politics,
just go back to being entertainers.
Yeah, you weren't trashing the American people. You know, you just weren't. But
there's an old saying, don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, there's that one.
And I mean that in a way. It's like if you're going to get political and you have nothing to do with politics, and all you're is an actor, you're alienating half the people that would watch your stuff.
Exactly.
Why are you going to do that?
Why piss them off? Yeah, why piss off half your potential clients? Just no. It doesn't even work. Krista Joe, hey my dear. Says Bob and Dana should have called these 400 celebs on their BS and blacklisted them from working for ABC/Disney. Don't like our decision canceling poor ratings Jimmy Kimmel? Well, you're gone too. Well,
I agree with you, Krista.
I think what's going to happen, I'm just spitballing here, an unofficial blacklist. You know what that is? We'll get back to you. Don't call us. We'll call you. My people will call you.
I see a bunch of contracts not getting renewed.
Yeah.
We just can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. It's going to, like I said, the fiscal year closes the end of this month.
And
they have to run all the books and everything.
And I think Bob is going to be out by the time the midterms come.
Because they're already trying to, I think they're trying to, I don't think it's going to be Dana Walden as CEO. It might wind up being, might wound up being Josh D'Amaro.
As long as it's not the lady who's running Cracker Barrel.
Oh, Lord have mercy. She-Hulk Actors Burger Bridges for a 2-day timeout. Gotta love it. I tell you, the crash outs are epic. They really are.
I was on Ron's show yesterday, right? And he was talking about how, Steak and Shake put up a billboard, fire the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him how they make that better. Did you catch what I said to him?
No.
I basically told him Uncle Herschel should have been painting that sign.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. My local Cracker Barrel has been marked safe from any kind of renovation. I kept circling. I'm like, okay, doing all right. But yeah, that hasn't changed. So, Krista Joe says Julia Louis-Dreyfus was on that open letter, and she's the new baddie per the Thunderbolts movie. She ain't walking from Disney, so she's a complete coward too. I already know Ruffalo will be on it. You know what? I can't stand Mark Ruffalo. He is the worst Hulk ever. I miss Ed Norton. I really wish Mark Ruffalo would just shut his freaking mouth and just act.
That's all they got to do. Could you picture if Carlin was still alive and he was in his prime, how much crap he'd be giving all these people? It'd be fun.
Be hilarious. You mean male feminist Hulk? You remember an episode of Married with Children? And Jerry Springer was on it. And he was the masculine feminist. I used to think that was hilarious.
Until you see people
now
doing
I'm
it for
thinking,
real.
yeah, until see people doing it for real. I mean, that was the joke. It was so out of the way, and he was causing so much damage that, Al and everybody else went down to the TV station and kidnapped him. That was freaking funny. Look it up.
Think about when that was on. Think about back when that was on.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have half the crap going on that we have with this.
No, you really didn't. Monorail Molly says, I wish all actors would just act. I don't care about their political views. Yeah, it never was like say, for example, Jane Fonda. I can't stand that chick with a passion. What she did. They called her Hanoi Jane.
I'm not even going to say.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
She kind of used to be the outlier. Most people in Hollywood pretty much, we're just here to act, whatever. Like, go back and watch an Oscars show from, like, say, the late 70s, early 80s. It was just fun. The actors literally made fun of, of themselves. And it was actually fun to watch. Now, oh God, please. Yes, she should. Power Queen. I completely 100% agree with you. Totally agree with you. Notice who wasn't on that open letter: RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, to name a few. Yeah, they ain't messing with their Disney money.
Either that or their publicist said, hey, listen, don't do it.
Don't you dare. Don't you freaking dare do it. Don't you put your name on that. Because I bet you all the people
Does
who put their
anybody
name
know
on
if that little trollop from Snow White was on that letter?
She's too busy doing theater, which is actually good for her. She needs to stay in the theater. Yeah, I bet Chris Pratt wasn't on there either. Yeah, remember they gave Chris Pratt crap online.
Yes, they did.
When he was talking about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Even Jamie Lee Curtis, as much of a progressive leftist as she was in tears when she found out what happened to Charlie Kirk. I mean, y'all gonna find out, fool around and totally find out with what's going on. So remember, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Lolly's Hollywood harlots are not your friends. They look at us as rubes in flyover country and that they know what's better for us. But you know what? It's a brand new day. Cancel culture is over. And we know they're not important. And who was it who said something about the Roman Empire? And thank you. Now I understand why Romans treated actors and actresses as prostitutes. Yes.
Yeah. And before that, medieval times, they were looked at as jesters. They were nothing but, they were treated as dirt. You look it up historically, it's there.
Actors were the lowest on the totem pole.
Why? Because they were considered, oh, you pull this thing off, so that means you're lying too well. Wasn't looked at highly.
Nope, it wasn't at all. But what I am looking at very highly is all of you who have been watching the show tonight. So thank you so very much for being here. Tom, what do you have going on, and what do you want to let folks know where to find you?
I'll be swinging a wrench around for a couple people. You know that, you, everybody else. I'm going to be on, I think, Dadman, maybe Thursday night. I think he's having a squirrel stream I might show up on. But I'm still trying to get some things together, but it's been crazy.
All right. Well, I have the link to Tom's channel in the description box. You go over there, give him a sub, rocket launches, and of course,
there might be rocket launches real soon. I think there's 2 on the pad. I got to figure out if their times fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to take a look.
Okay, cool. Hey, Braylon, how you doing, my dear? Thank you. Thank you very much. Check it. Yep, there you go. Check out Cute Doggos. Yes. The one who's very, 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 very chatty when I come visit.
Kira.
Bark when I stand up, bark when I come in, bark when I go somewhere.
and the other one who tries to hug you to death.
Yes.
Yeah, Otis.
Yes. They are
I've been working on some stuff for them, new videos with them, and they're not cooperating with the gimbal. They don't like it.
No?
They're looking at me holding it instead of me holding the phone. So as it's tracking them, I think they might hear the gear in it, and I think it's flipping them out. So
I'd say stick with it and I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I'm going to try a little bit more with it.
Because one of the things that I've noticed about pets, especially when it comes to filming them. Eventually, they start to figure it out, especially if you give them treats as an incentive.
Shh, don't say that word.
I shouldn't, but yeah, they'll figure it out. And they'll perform for you. Well, as for your girl, let's see. Saturday, we won't have Resort Recon live. Camera Girl's got some stuff I got to take her to, but we will have the watch party at 8 p.m. for Trilogy of Terror from 1974, starring Karen Black. The movie that got me into watching horror and basically told me that tiki dolls are not safe to have in your house. So we're going to have a watch party for that on Saturday. Sunday, of course, the Welcome to Florida show. Planning to have a historical segment on Sir Francis Drake.
Cool.
Yes. So
That'll be
I
fun.
haven't had a chance to talk about the English pirate, so I need to remedy that. So we're going to talk about Sir Francis Drake and St. Augustine, and dang, he jacked that place up. We're going to talk about him on Sunday. Another bit of news. Spice Lounge starting next week will actually be on Thursday evenings at 7:30. So little programming change there because I'm waiting for the paperwork to come in. Wait for it, but I should be back in the world of the employed by next week. So we're gonna push the day out for the regular show. So again, next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. we will have the Spice Lounge. So who pirates get drunk 3PO, that's his thing. That'd be cool if you could make it on the show for that. I know he's got a pirate channel. But, I got lots of pirates in my ancestry, and well, as Tom will tell you, St. Augustine, hotbed for pirates.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I might know a few things about pirates.
Yeah, he knows a couple things. It's gonna be fun. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a senior level job, which means it's probably gonna definitely gonna affect my streaming time, but we'll work it out. Thank you, Kit Kat. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I love St. Augustine. I do too. It's such a cool place to visit, and I have a lot of family history there. So I need to do a walking tour of St. Augustine, so I can show you like where their houses were, where they lived at, and all the cool stuff in there. Thank you. I appreciate the prayers. I've so needed the prayers. So thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Well, folks, we are going to wrap it up. You guys have been absolutely amazing. You guys watching on the replay crew, #replay crew. Let me know in the comments how you like the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
All right, everyone, let's tidy things up.
Autobots, start your engines!
Not under the rug.
We'll keep singing without fail, otherwise we'd spoil it.
Ready, Prime? Let's roll.
Hosing down the garbage pail and scrubbing up the toilet. Ooh.
That's all, folks.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.